Welcome to your intelligence briefing. We're going to cut through the noise and distill the latest from CBRNe World into actionable awareness that you, the first responder, can actually use. So let's kick things off with what's probably the single most important idea from this month's issue. Your job isn't just about showing up anymore, right? It's about taking all that complex science that's flying around at an incident and turning it into smart, safe decisions right there on the ground. So, to do that, to turn that science into real intelligence, we've got to understand the world we're operating in. So, let's dive into what that threat landscape actually looks for you right now. And we're going to start with the immediate stuff, the tangible risks, the things that could pop up on any call, on any shift. For years, the opioid crisis has pretty much been defined by one word: fentanyl. But the game is changing. A new and, frankly, a much more potent class of synthetics is already here. And take a look at this. This isn't some training scenario. This is the reality of responding to an illegal lab that's cooking up nitazines, a growing class of synthetic opioids. This is what a scene can really look like, and it's a stark reminder of why your PPE is absolutely non-negotiable. Now here's the number that should really get your attention. One of these new compounds, metanitazine, which they've already detected in U.S. wastewater, by the way, is estimated to be 1,000 times stronger than morphine. 1,000 times. That completely changes the math on everything. Exposure risk, medical response, you name it. And hey, this isn't just an opioid problem. The threats are diversifying. They're getting weirder. We're seeing illegal biolabs being discovered in cities like Las Vegas. We've got suspicious packages with homemade explosives being mailed to government buildings. The sheer variety of what you might walk into is just getting wider and wider. So how does all this translate to you out in the real world? Well, these new dangers, they bring a whole new set of operational challenges for you and your team. And this picture, this really hammers home a fundamental challenge: knowing your enemy, even a common one like chlorine. It's not enough to just know it's dangerous. You have to know how dangerous it is and at what specific level. And here are the numbers that really matter. At just 1 part per million, you need an APR, minimum. But get to 10 parts per million, and you are in SCBA-only territory, no question. And by 50, you're talking about a chemical that can cause skin burns. These aren't just details. This is the information that keeps you safe. And beyond the chemical threat itself, you've always got to consider the environment. As you can see here, extreme cold can throw a wrench into everything. It messes with your electronics, your equipment, and your decon procedures. I mean, how are you supposed to decontaminate somebody when your water source is basically a giant ice cube on the back of a truck? It just adds a whole new layer of problems you have to solve on the fly. Now, I know you might be thinking, how is some geopolitical event or an assassination halfway across the world relevant to my shift tonight? Well, believe me, the methods that are used out there, they have implications for every single one of us. Think about the recent assassination of Alexei Navalny. The agent reportedly used was epibetidine. Ever heard of it? Yeah, probably not. It's an incredibly obscure, highly toxic alkaloid from a poison dart frog. It's so rare that your local hospital has pretty much zero chance of having an antidote on hand. This is a perfect example of a totally novel threat just appearing on the world stage with almost no warning. So what's the crucial point here? The threat itself was exotic, yeah, but the lesson is universal. It's your fundamentals, your core skills that are going to save you, regardless of the agent. Good scene assessment, proper PPE, clear communication, that's your best defense against the known and the unknown. Okay, so this brings us right to the bottom line. In this complex, changing environment, what does true readiness really look like? Look, it's not just about the gear. It really comes down to a combination of things. Constant training to reinforce those core skills. Personal resilience, the ability to operate when the pressure is on. And that hard-won experience that lets you apply your skills to any situation you might walk into, even one you've never seen before. So we'll leave you with this thought to chew on. Your gear is ready, your crew is ready, but is your intel ready for what's coming next? Because staying ahead of the threat means staying informed. Thank you for your time and be safe out there.